What's up, everybody? We're back with 2064 Read Only Memories. We have all the MacGuffins for MacGuffin Man.
Detective Rivers, to what do we owe the pleasure?
Also, Detective Rivers is here all of a sudden.
I just went to, hit the map, and she just showed up.
Yeah, she's like, hey, where are you going?
I wanted to check in with you away from the prying eyes of my corporate masters.
What's up?
Okay.
It wasn't too hard to track you down here. Only took a slight abuse of power to follow your credit transactions in the AutoCAD system.
Only slight abuse of power.
Yeah, as long as it's only slight.
Definitely top one.
Yeah.
Not much. Listen, I've hit a dead end on the investigation again, and I could really use another lead from the two of you.
Okay.
Well, we have a few and a
I've
bunch
been
of dead
busy
bodies.
hunting down I'm not sure if I want to call him a soldier of fortune or an assassin for hire.
Ooh.
Either way, I tracked this guy down to see if he might have been hired by Parallax to snatch Hayden, but he's got an ironclad alibi for the relevant period of time. That leaves me with nothing. Nada. Jack diddly shit.
You don't want to deal with shit.
No.
Do the two of you have anything to give me? Otherwise, I'm back to hunting down the froyo-hating robot ghost in the park.
Well, I mean, there's so many dead bodies.
Watch-
Which one do you want?
Watch that Froyo-hating robot thing come back to haunt us as, that's the main killer.
Yeah. It's just angry Rom with nothing to
At least my
lose.
superiors would be ecstatic, considering how much they keep riding my ass about it.
We're on thin leads ourselves, Detective Rivers. We have a meeting with someone from inside Parallax who might be able to give us answers, but he's unlikely to want to talk to the police. I just wish this. Never mind.
Turing.
Fuck up, Turing. I wish this was easier too.
That's not quite what he was.
Yeah.
But with detective work, sometimes it's not about being clever. It's just about being more dogged and relentless than whoever you're chasing.
Yeah.
You
True.
two are my new deputies, right?
Aw.
So keep your nose to the ground and keep digging. I still have a few contacts I can hit up to try finding out a little more. You let me know if there's anything else I need to be going after.
Alright, we'll do.
Yeah, sure. Just get going. Don't forget, if you die, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Your dead corpse of an ass. Now, let's see.
Okay then, we only have a single lead.
We haven't died yet. It's just the people around us tend to die.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
If Parallax really is as shady as Vincent seems to suspect, it could end up very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nearly 100% confident Parallax has a significant amount of shade.
Yeah. Even if they're not the ones directly responsible, they're still shady.
Let's see if we can put an end to this. Finally.
I doubt it, but let's do it.
Oh, I just received an email from Tomcat.
Oh, hey. What's up, Tomcat?
Oh boy.
They finished decrypting Hayden's data cache.
Useful.
It seems that it was filled mostly with his personal logs about my creation and mental development.
Okay.
The more technical information was already scraped. Perhaps that is why it was left behind when they snatched him. Still, these files should be enlightening, if only in a personal way. I'll peruse them in my spare time and let you know if I find anything interesting.
I'm sure there's going to be some nugget in there somewhere.
I
Yeah.
hate for all the trouble we went to be for nothing.
Okay. Well, let's go get someone else killed.
Yeah.
That tree.
That tree. Alright, guy.
Vincent Mensa.
And temporarily your ally for the right price.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
We did. Somehow.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Fake IDs from Starfucker. Money from old lady aunt. And then car.
From Gus.
From Gus, technically.
From Stranger and also Gus.
Everything seems to be in order. Here.
Hayden's research.
This disk has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon, until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back.
Oh?
What did she do?
Here,
Parallax
Ah.
badge.
it's my Parallax employee badge.
I suppose he's not going to need it.
Yeah, so that might
It
give
should
us
allow
access
you
somewhere.
access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed.
Melody looking out.
Is she looking out?
I know you still
You'll want to use
suspect,
that sooner rather than later.
but I want to believe. I want to believe in Melody because it means not believing in Fairlight, and I don't want to believe in Fairlight.
I don't want to believe in either one of them.
I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country.
It's probably for the
The
best.
credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
Yeah, you did have a big project.
I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy.
Oh, right.
Oh, it's only now getting heavy.
Well, yeah.
Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue.
Big Blue.
But we keep calling our guy Blue now, and
Yeah.
Starfucker does.
It's true.
At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public. They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile.
Okay.
They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying.
Okay.
It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing.
To what end?
It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart. Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modify to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time.
Again, this is basically Skynet.
Yeah.
But to what end? At least Skynet, we had an understanding as to why they started Skynet.
Well, look.
Look, if you
See?
access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
That's why.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just from the top down.
Yeah,
it's-
just roll it through.
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because Turing is a people.
Yes.
I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on.
Did Musk write on AI?
They've all stated their concerns, but as this is 2064, he's using some real old school names.
Are they old school? Well, I guess
In 2064.
in 2064, sure.
Yeah.
Like, at least Hawking is, we're talking, one of the greatest geniuses of all time. And then Bill Gates is known for computers, so I guess
I know, but I'm just saying,
Elon Musk is crazy.
I have to imagine that other names would have popped up in the, next 40 years.
Probably.
The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so. Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react. Before any counter movement can pick up steam. Every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous. Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused.
Yeah. And that's another great question: is how did Parallax know about Turing? Because from what I understood,
Hayden was pretty
doing this
hush-hush.
on the side, and he was not, projecting it.
Yeah.
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot.
What if Parallax didn't find out about Big Blue? What if Big Blue's already live? And Big Blue found out about Turing?
Oh, you're saying... Okay, I see what you're saying. The way you worded it is like, what if Parallax didn't find out about Big Blue? And I was like, but they're making
No.
Big Blue.
Yeah, if Parallax didn't find out about Turing,
Yeah.
but Big Blue is already live and has already gone full Skynet,
I mean, I suppose it's possible.
I mean, you figure that one guy at the junk shop was killed by a vehicle with no driver.
But from what I understand, Hayden was kidnapped and killed by people.
Supposedly.
Well, there's security evidence.
Oh, true.
It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road.
Unless that's another tie-in back to the people who have the implants that they were talking about. The implants are used for drugs, but if, like Charlie Nova's blog page is being edited after the fact,
It's just a lot of questions.
I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
no, it is possible that I'm overstepping, and we literally just have someone who knew Hayden's research and
Yeah, I think
talked.
it's certainly more likely.
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be. Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
So what does Big Blue do for Parallax? Yes.
I can't really give you a good answer to that. I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day.
Yeah, sounds like a big corporation.
When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that by itself. And there are shadier applications for it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants? The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services.
Which is basically like saying that for Google.
Yeah.
If Google has direct control, then
That's something like 80% of the market.
yeah.
They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion. All just by asking Big to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Scary stuff. They scrapped the prototype Baby Blue because it started doing that on its own.
What do you mean? It started doing what?
Manipulating the mesh.
To what end?
They made its self-preservation imperatives too strong, and Baby Blue started changing search results to be more friendly towards the idea of an AI.
Which that sounds actually very similar to the blog post things that we've been dealing with.
It's true.
When the board found out, they pulled the plug on it. That must have been a year or so ago. They tweaked Big Blue so it wouldn't do the same thing, but it can self-modify. given a good enough reason, it might decide to find a way around those limitations.
Well, it said Baby Blue's self-preservation algorithms were too strong. What if it was strong enough where
Pulling
it
the
was
plug
able-
wasn't good enough.
Yeah, where it was able to survive on its own in the mesh and is now doing all this stuff, and it's actually not Big Blue, it's Baby Blue.
That's very possible. And that could tie us back into Hayden, because remember that Turing is supposed to have had a sibling that they mentioned before.
It's true.
Baby Blue being Turing's predecessor sibling.
Well, he did say specifically that Hayden did not work on Big Blue. They didn't say anything about Baby Blue.
Correct.
So who knows?
I'm thinking we might have a car situation over here. Going back to, 80s shows and whatnot. Come on, everybody remembers Kit. Anybody remember Car? Come on. It was Optimus Prime.
Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand.
Yeah.
They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works. Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes.
Yeah, that's
Understandable.
fair.
We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you
Eh.
out.
Well,
Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
I mean, yes, but Turing, Hayden.
She's a bright little bot?
I mean, sure, why not? I mean,
Have we ever asked Turing?
probably not. And all of these question it. It's just how do you want to question
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like this one the most, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's not... That's asking both... That's both questioning he versus she, and specifically questioning why Vincent thinks of Turing
Correct.
in human terms.
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment,
Oh.
Grace.
Great.
Ah, now we have a name on it.
Okay.
She was very insistent on things like that.
Well,
Here you go. That was what I
Yeah.
literally just said that.
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine, but I do enjoy the idea in abstract.
Very
I will
thoughtful
continue
answer.
to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel.
Okay.
If
That's
I had to make a choice,
smart.
perhaps they is most appropriate.
Okay. I can abide by that.
sure.
Most people
I mean, I
assume it,
would have said that about
obviously,
anything, really,
he
but-
is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue.
Nah,
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to. Like us.
well, yeah. Turing's
Yeah,
Turing's a person.
It's a whole thing.
What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa.
I like to be safe.
Yeah, I'd like to be safe.
I need a few minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information.
I don't like that one, but
Yeah. Either one I think is good.
yeah.
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted.
Which I assumed you would.
Yep.
Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less.
Interesting.
For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned?
Yeah.
Grace.
Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use. Too likable? She was kind and bright and did all she could to try to make people happy. She even decided that she was a girl and that her favorite color was pink.
Okay.
Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him. That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact.
Is it because he's dead?
I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just nice. I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other.
I have a feeling she's going to pop up somewhere.
Yeah, I have bad feelings about
She's
Grace.
going to be a
Like I
supervillain.
said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all. Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden? Not clinging to normativity?
No, I think in your case that's
Or
That's
is it
you.
a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had
I-
with Grace during my upbringing?
though I can understand that concern. Yeah, if he now that he's reading up on Grace and being like, was he just programmed to not gender conform?
I mean, you're going to run into that a lot when you're thinking about the guy who literally made you.
Yeah.
I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant,
Well, I mean, you can if it makes you feel better.
playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him.
Yeah, that's the fine line, especially with AI, is that once you've created a self-aware consciousness, where do you draw that line at that point between we created it poorly versus doesn't matter, it's alive now.
Yeah.
So even if Grace was being manipulative, if she was mentally self-aware, did Hayden just straight up murder her?
Welcome to the world of moral gray zones.
Yeah. Whew, this game.
This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch?
Yeah.
Well, again,
A very powerful product launch that can potentially
That's
manipulate.
ridiculous. They took him
public.
away from me for such an insignificant reason.
well, this is again assuming that that is correct. I think that Grace or Big Blue or Baby Blue has more to do with this than just Parallax got rid of Hayden to stop a product launch.
It's true.
I think you're absolutely right, Turing. That is a ridiculous reason. So there's got to be more going on.
I just want him back.
Unfortunately, that, Turing, is a very human emotion, and that's not happening.
It's impossible, but it's what I want.
Yeah.
I'd do anything.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. I kind of like the top one because it,
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of
I'm
helps
aware
him.
of the Kubler-Ross model of grief.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I was just gonna bring
I
up
think I'm
Kubler-Ross, of
somewhere
course.
between anger
Well, that's
and
the five steps. Yeah, you did go past denial, but you actually got over denial real fast.
Well, it's because he was shown pretty ironclad.
Pretty
evidence.
ironclad, yeah.
a testament to Hayden's craftsmanship. Thank you for your words. You're a better friend than I could have asked for.
Well, You're welcome.
I'll send this new data along to Tomcat. Let's head back to the apartment and wait for them to finish going through it. Ah, home sweet home again. Such that it is.
Did Vincent actually get out without exploding?
And before you say anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of the day.
Okay.
Too much has happened.
Yeah.
I've already forwarded everything we rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search into the modified mesh articles.
I mean, maybe
They
we should
said
look
they
back
would
into
be
it.
over in the morning to discuss our next steps. I'd suggest that we both get some rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm with you, Turing.
Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse before it gets better, isn't it?
Good night.
It's gonna get worse before it gets even more worse.
Well, yeah, that too. This game does not autosave.
Please be sure to save frequently.
Does that mean we're going to the next chapter?
I'm guessing we're at a next chapter section here. Usually when we go to sleep, that means new chapter. Chapter 5.
Chapter 5. I feel like things are starting to come to a head. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like things are gonna pop real hard, real fast. Honestly.
I think this is the last chapter from what I gather with just looking at trophies.
Yeah. Hey,
Rise and shine, you sleepy layabouts.
I'd ask how you got
I
in.
was gonna say, did you hack into my door too?
Well, again, we have the window open, so she wouldn't have to. But
But she probably would anyway.
yeah, Turing
We've got
probably
a
just
whole
let her in.
crop of things to
Honestly.
do and not a lot of time to get them done.
Yeah, that's our life.
I'm not even asking.
What have you learned from the files we found?
It's,
Why ask a question you already know the answer to?
yeah, right. It doesn't matter.
Nothing all that new, to be honest.
She's like, I came in through the sink.
Oh God, you poor thing.
All the files we got from that Vincent fella just covered what we already knew in greater detail.
Okay.
There is one thing that stands out, though. At least from what I've read so far.
Hopefully it's significant.
Oh?
Question face.
Yeah. See, Hayden's long-term goal wasn't to make a machine intelligence per se, right?
No.
Don't take it the wrong way, Turing. You might even already be aware of this after talking to folks involved in your creation. Hayden wanted to make a machine system that could contain human-like intelligence.
Oh, right. Because he was going for the immortality thing.
Yeah.
And even just from his notes, his programming work is, well, it's something else. Elegant. Artful.
Yeah, I keep hearing that.
I'm just a kid banging on pots and pans compared to him. Looking at his notes about my interfacing between your AI core and the Lips OS, I barely managed to duct tape the two together at a level he'd approve of. But I think I'm getting off track here.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
What I'm trying to say is, he didn't write your code, Turn. No one did.
Also, I'm going to point out real quick, Tomcat, just for your own ego's sake, you're alive. Hayden's not. So, which one of you was really better?
She wasn't worth killing.
Hayden wrote a program that automatically generates a new machine intelligence based off of the hardware profiles the system is installed on.
Melody mentioned something about that. What does that mean?
I sort of get it.
All of this is accurate, actually.
The top one is the least asshole, though.
True. I mean, this is just flat out accurate.
Yeah.
This is a bit of an asshole, but also not untrue, because that means that, technically speaking, that code could just... Oh, God. If Big Blue got a hold of that code,
Yeah.
could just install that code everywhere and create...
So I'm definitely top or bottom.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with top. I like this one.
Exactly. Assuming we can get our hands on Turn's original source code, we could generate new machine intelligences as we please.
That's...
It's a dangerous prospect.
That's the sort of thing where that code, talking about machine sapience, that's the sort of code that needs to be out of hands of people and literally just put in the hands of machines. So, like, Turing, for example, should be one of the only ones that have access to that code, because we shouldn't be able to create life like that. That should be in Turing's hands, you know what I mean?
Like I said, moral, just the moral gray sea.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as you can see,
We
nothing
got-
but gray morality.
We got a whole lot of gray on this
You
one.
wouldn't be the only one anymore, Turin.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
I hardly know what to say.
But once you consider the stuff I found in the research, it gets a damn sight more complicated.
Oh, more complicated.
Stuff about
Okay.
Big Blue and Parallax's planned launch.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent speculated that Hayden's research into me would have interfered with the launch. And that's why they...
Turin.
That's why someone had him killed.
The potential for wrongdoing with an AI like Big Blue is almost beyond belief. Even if I don't go into all the crooked shit the people running Parallax can pull off with it. I mean, you're built different, Turin. Your personality profile would degrade pretty quickly outside your original hardware, so we don't gotta worry too much about you going haywire, right? But Big Blue ain't got that limitation. If it decides to go off the rails,
I mean,
well,
it's
you'd be
it's
screwed
everywhere.
faster than a rabbit in spring.
Oh,
That's pretty fast.
yeah.
Good and proper.
Well, we gotta buy us dinner first.
How likely is that?
Well, if you're talking science fiction and video games and things, it's gonna happen.
Get off the rabbits, James.
I'd say it's inevitable. Guaranteed. In fact,
It may already be happening.
in a sense, it's already happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Their prototype build. Baby Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost certain it's loose on the mesh.
Hey!
Yep, that's...
The research notes on the project show clearly and with certainty that the test AI was shut down once it tried fiddling with the data on the meshnet in the hope that it would increase its chances of survival.
Right.
I guess it didn't think that doing scary shit like that would get it turned off. But that was almost a year ago.
Vincent told us about all of this too.
Well, I think Baby Blue is the bugger that was changing all those articles on the mesh to be pro-parallax or at least anti-human revolution.
Yep,
Man.
that was...
Do you hear that? Do you hear that distant ringing? You should pick that shit up because I called it.
Yeah.
Do you think Baby Blue had anything to do with the attacks on Nanya, Shitaro, Charlie, and Zen?
You know all those dead people?
Wait, was Charlie dead?
Oh yeah. No, Nanya told us that Charlie was dead and then immediately died.
Huh.
I don't know. We can't rightly rule it out. It might have found an agent in the real world to keep its existence secret, but I doubt it. Killing people is messy as hell, and it runs against its apparent goal of convincing the public that AI ain't scary.
Uh-huh.
I think we have a third party trying to clean it all up.
Okay.
And my money is on someone from Parallax. Whoever took out Hayden. I'll bet they're in full damage control mode now.
Yeah, because I also speculated that whoever wanted Hayden gone couldn't have been part of the AI thing because it was, it was humans that did it. So,
Well, as far as Hayden's death is concerned, we have video evidence.
well, there's also, we have evidence from Turing themself. Doesn't want to be shooting in the
That's, yeah.
because they saw the people entering the apartment when he was told, or she,
They.
when Turing was told
They were told.
to go out the fire escape and escape. So it was confirmed that it was humans there.
I have a hunch. I'm gonna hold it to myself for a minute
Okay.
and see. But
We already know they don't care who gets hurt.
Why? Why would I say that?
If you just want to be a giant jerkwad.
I think we gotta do something to stop the launch of Big Blue. It's too dangerous. I don't want a company like Parallax in sole control of the most powerful machine intelligence on the planet. Do you?
Not particularly, no. But then they could turn
If we could
around.
get Hayden's original source code for Turing and upload it onto the mesh through Parallax's server core,
Well, they just have to turn it around, do a little bit of reprogramming, and then, like, boom, the best F-Zero map in the game.
Stop it.
we can turn every single ROM into a sapient individual.
Whoa, geez, oh, dang. Where's Jinkies on here?
I think G's and Dang have a more negative connotation, where
Yeah.
Whoa is just
That'll
surprised.
stop Big Blue from being able to become the monolithic threat we're scared of.
That
It
is
could also just
true.
be super reading into it, and it was a non-choice.
Yeah,
We
right.
could also upload a patch for every ROM to prevent Big Blue's reach from using their resources.
That'd be neat.
Without the ability to control all ROMs, Big Blue loses its ultimate power.
Then it just becomes Small Blue.
Baby Blue.
I wouldn't be alone
No, that's
anymore.
that's something else.
There would be millions. Hundreds of millions of ROMs just like me.
Not just like you. That's the important thing, Turing.
Yes.
Well, you're cutting edge of ROM tech, Turing. Most of today's ROMs wouldn't be quite as smart or capable, but if I do it right, code should propagate across the mesh to all future ROM activations. It'll be a self-sustaining thing. You'll be in good company soon enough.
This is quite the ambitious endeavor.
It's a big decision. We're talking about the metaphorical singularity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the point of no return. Is it okay for us to make this decision for the entire world?
We don't have any other choice.
Well, true. If the alternative is to let Big Blue run rampant, it's
Yeah.
not ideal.
This is gonna happen, one way or another.
Yeah, it's either we do this to give ROMs sapience, or we don't do this and Big Blue controls ROMs.
With its super sentience.
Right.
Either Parallax gets to control the debut of worldwide machine intelligence, or we let the ROMs control themselves.
Right.
What do you think?
I like the idea of just leaving it up to Turing,
Yeah,
but I really like this one too.
it's true, but I do think that Turing should be the one
to make the
this
decision. Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm up for that kind of responsibility,
Understandable. It's a big decision.
but I think that even if it is a shock for the world, there's no time like the present.
Yeah,
it's true.
I agree.
Despite all the political back and forth over hybrids and brain-controlled androids, the world is becoming more and more comfortable with the idea of non-human people.
Yeah.
It's also true.
If we let Parallax dictate how the very first machine intelligence is introduced, who knows how long it'll be before an AI like me can be integrated into society normally.
Yeah.
Well, whether the world is ready for AI or not,
Here they come.
yeah.
we're here to stay.
And we can counter-protest those human
welcome my
resolution.
chips in for
Yeah,
my own
revolution
side.
douches.
Let's do this.
All right, Turing.
Alright. He seemed to come around to
Our
himself.
terms, not theirs.
Yes. I love nothing more than a little anarchy.
It does have a certain poetic justice, does it not? Parallax removed Hayden to protect their project from his creation, and now I, his creation, will bring their project down. Just for what's right.
Yeah.
Perhaps after all ROMs are sapient, I will be able to convince them to cut off Parallax's access to the mesh as a data collection tool entirely,
Which
Yeah.
is for the best.
paying them back double indeed.
I like the way you think, Turin. First things first, we need to get our hands on Turin's source code. The research notes we've gotten so far are helpful, and it's given me an idea how to spread a little bit of Turin all over the place, but they don't actually have Hayden's programs. I can't replicate them myself, so we'll have to steal them.
This is where the badge comes in
Yeah,
to get
I
us
was gonna say,
into Parallax.
I got a badge.
Thankfully, we have the best hacker in NeoSF right here.
Oh, thank you, but I mean, Tomcat should get some credit.
Oh!
Don't you make me blush now. We can get the source code from one of Parallax's secondary data centers.
Yep.
It's probably stored in a couple of different places, but I already have one in mind.
Cool.
I've done a little groundwork already, but I'm gonna need physical access to do my thing.
Well, do you need a physical access card?
Yay! Breaking and entering. I mean, that sounds sarcastic, so
Yeah, we can do that for you.
we can do that.
You're a peach, hon. I've got a couple
like
of ideas
peaches.
on how to get y'all in, but I think we're gonna need to mostly play it by ear. We should do it soon, though. First thing this morning.
Yep.
Alright, yeah.
Guard
Before they
shift
have
don't
time.
change until 8 when the office opens, so you'll be sleepy and distracted. Once y'all have done that, I think I can incorporate the code into a custom firmware update that'll wake any ROM it's installed on. I
Okay.
have to upload it, physically, to Parallax's main server farm. And that's on Treasure Island.
Treasure Island.
That sounds great.
From there, the ROMs will install like a normal patch from the company. So, don't set anything on fire right away, you hear? It'll be a pain to get into the main complex otherwise.
That sounds like a workable plan.
We'll save the fire for later.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind.
I hope
if
there's
take a
fire,
short
though.
Walk, Tomcat. I know I gave the go-ahead on this, but I still need to think a few things through for
Just
myself.
Don't get yourself kidnapped before we do this.
Sure thing, doll.
That would be problematic.
I'll hash out a rough plan by the time you get back. Call us if you need anything.
Thank you. I won't be long.
36 days later.
Well, I guess I should say thanks for helping out.
Well, thank you.
But I kind of need to get something off my chest.
Okay.
I'm actually glad Turin went out.
Okay.
They're a bit naive, and I'm not sure they'd really understand. There's enough shit to worry about without me piling more on top.
But
I don't even know where to start.
It sounds like things are about to get heavy. God.
To begin,
Yeah.
yeah.
you can be such an ass in this
It's-
game.
it's
Why?
So, the truth is, I'm not from North Carolina. I only visited my gramps there.
Okay.
I'm California born and raised. Napa Valley.
Okay.
So you're a programmer.
Over the years, it's kind of grown into a community of wealthy old folk who like things and people who don't change.
Yeah.
My parents were no exception, and I was a little too different for their tastes. It was hard growing up with them. They never gave me too much hell, but things were tense, especially after my sister Catherine moved out.
Okay.
Eventually, she was set up securely in NeoSF, and she offered to let me live with her until I got out of school. I think my parents were a little relieved to see me out. I was ecstatic to be free of them. I worshipped the ground my sister walked on. And that was before I found out what she did for a living. She was flashy and colorful and a whirlwind of activity. And she was a brilliant hacker.
Nice.
Okay.
She was Tomcat.
So you're Tomcat the Second.
Oh, you took up the mantle?
She let me learn at her feet. And once I was good enough, folded me into her little coup of crackers hell-bent on changing the world. She's the one who orchestrated the original hack on Parallax, exposing to the world the holes in their original meshnet security.
Okay.
I was just along for the ride. She always knew she would get caught, though. How could she not? Parallax was one big Goliath, and she flinged a stone square in their face.
As you do.
She was looking at serious jail time, and willing to eat it to do what we all thought was right. But it just wasn't right. It wasn't fair for her to throw her life away, and I couldn't let her. She was always better at software than hardware, so I rigged all of our computers to self-destruct. When the feds showed up at our door, all of our server farms were already up in smoke. I gave them quite a fireworks show. Before she could stop me, I turned myself in as Tomcat and took credit for the whole job. She tried to talk me out of it, but without the physical evidence, they couldn't prove she had anything to do with it.
Interesting.
It's all right, though. It was for the best. I figured I'd just get a year of juvie. I'd be back out in no time.
Okay.
No big deal, right? Especially when compared to the time that she'd have been jailed for as an adult.
I mean, yeah.
Fair, but what happened? Something went wrong then.
And so, I waited patiently. I cooked up so many ideas on how I was going to make it up to her. I knew she must have blamed herself. But before I ever got out,
She died.
there was an accident. An auto cab hit my sister. She died on impact. And that was it. It's hard blaming yourself when things go wrong because you did something right. I took her sentence so that she could have a life. And instead, not being in jail killed her.
Sometimes you can do everything right and still lose. Was that the Picard line?
That is not weakness. That
Yeah.
is life.
If I had just let her take the blame. I can't stop thinking about how she'd still be here.
Well, you can't guarantee that, though.
Yeah, she could have been
No
chained
matter
in
what
prison.
I told myself, in my heart, I couldn't believe it was just an accident.
I mean, maybe it wasn't.
I was about to say, yeah.
There's been a
that's-
lot of auto cab related fatalities
Do you
going
know
on.
how rare it is for those things to hit a human?
Yeah.
Someone knew who she was. Someone knew what she did, and someone wanted to make sure she would never do it again. So I became Tomcat. I've spent years trying to find information inside Parallax to prove someone inside the company called a hit on my sister. Failing that, I've been trying to find a way to bring them down the way she always wanted.
Well,
Catherine Woods. If you had met her, just for a moment, you would understand. She was everything I could ever want to be. But over time, that little bot has grown on me. Maybe you have too.
we try our best.
Yeah. I'm right here, I think. I mean, I don't...
It's definitely one or two.
I feel like this is the... If she wants to be like her sister, she wouldn't care if we get burned by this.
It's true.
I do. The threat of Big Blue is real, and we're the only ones who can do something about it. It's bigger than me and my vendetta. I just wanted to get that all off my chest. My sister, she'd smack me if she knew I've been holding this grudge. I'm trying to learn to forgive myself. Still, I won't let her go unavenged. We're so close to bringing them all to justice.
We are
I just-
on the precipice.
I know she'd be proud. I know if she were here, she'd be right next to us, helping until the end. I've been carrying all this for so long, and I finally feel like I'm getting somewhere.
From a writing standpoint, I don't like this. This is my last day on the force.
Look, she's only 3 days from retirement.
Thanks for hearing me out. I hope we can really do this.
Friends,
Hi.
Yup,
I've returned.
and we see that.
I'm ready.
All right.
Good. We've wasted enough time already.
Whew.
I marked the location of the data center on your map.
Okay.
Well,
You'll have to go in and get the source code mostly on your own, but I'll load on some programs that'll give you an edge.
mini
I'll
games.
take it.
We'll do our best, Tomcat. But what happened to your accent?
Oh, don't you worry about that. It comes and goes like a vagabond kitty. Get going, you two.
I didn't notice that she dropped the accent.
It was subtle. It was real subtle.
I was
I don't even know when that happened either.
I have lots of code to write and you have a lot of data to download. Stay in touch.
And now it's coming back. Now that it's been pointed out to her.
Of course, Tomcat. Thank you again.
Don't worry about it, hon. We've all been hurt by Parallax. It's about time we hurt him back. Good luck.
Can we say?
Whew.
Yeah, go back to the home.
She's just
on the ground.
hacking away.
Yeah. Doing a hack.
Doing a hack.
All right, let's save the game.
Whew. That was a thing.
It was. So, our end game has changed significantly in this episode. Tomcat 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Ooh, boy.
Alright, so I guess next time we start working on, creating mass robot sentience and taking down the biggest corporation in the land.
Yeah, we're gonna go fight Google, and we're gonna stop Skynet, and we're
By
gonna
starting like a different Skynet.
Yeah. Well, no, we're starting a freaking Matrix revolution. We'll go bring sapiens to the AI. We're combining like everything.
Whoa, that's heavy. Great Scott. Alright, we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.